Well, how's everybody doing today? We're just coming out of a nasty heat wave. Yeah, up in the 90s, heat index over 100. At least it's only a couple days long, but a long couple days. So, anyways, I'm playing around on the chopper here. I want to put some weights on the back. Guy had this before me, had Magnum weights on there, but he didn't want to sell them with the chopper because he obviously wanted to put them back on his Magnum. So, yeah, we couldn't really find a good way to make international weights work, and I hate to give up any of those too because they're pretty spendy anymore. So I did find some Massey weights off of an old combine we bought pretty cheap. So that guy had mounted that I-beam on there, but those Massey weights ain't gonna work. So I'm going to add a couple pieces of angle iron here and there and see if we can rig up some brackets for it. Well, something like that's what I'm thinking. They're a funny weight, but we'll have to cut this and extend a piece down so we can run a rod through here to hold these so they don't fly off on me. But I think it'll work. They're too wide to fit down this channel here, so it should work. Well, that's what we come up with. Should work. Decent moisture to it. Pretty wet in spots, but time you chop it up, blend it in, should be fine. Alright, well I got a 5-acre strip I want to chop out for corn silage today. Then I'm going to save the rest of the early corn for snaplage. So, yeah. See what we get into here. Well, there's a finished project on my weights here. I did paint them up, but been so frickin' dry, they're all dusty.
on all the chains, slap these hoods down and fuel her up and see if we can break something. It's another day of doing snaplage. Got a little downtime here waiting for a load to come in, so I'm just gonna tinker around here quick. I found a used hydraulic pump for the old Comfort King, so I'm gonna try to throw that on. They're pretty simple. Just take this line off here and these bolts, and should pop off, and I don't know if I can see if I can salvage that gasket or not, but you know, I may have to pull this loose here to get this bottom bolt out. I don't think there's enough clearance, so I'm gonna have to take this loose at least and pull it out of the way. So yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do something with this. You know, granted, still use both no hydraulics, but a lot more handy when it does have hydraulics. So let's see what we get into here. Working on chopping the late planted corn. Kind of rough up here. Yeah, it's pretty green yet, but I don't know, for whatever reason, about half of the strips of late planted corn got earworms in them again, like last year. Starting to get a little mold on some tips here. It's not bad, so we figured we better get after it and at least get those ones chopped out before the mold gets any worse on them. I don't know what the deal is. We've been doing, you know, taking off rye and putting in late planted corn for years, and now this year and last year we even got the corn traded for earworm protection. And during the fields, like this field down the bottom, that was full of earworms last year, and there ain't nothing down in there. But up on the hills here, it does kind of tend to be corn up on the hills, or in the lower spots I don't really seem to have any. And that field over along the driveway, that's got quite a few in, but that didn't have any earworm protection. That was we ran short on seed, so we just got that stuff quick. So yeah, hopefully we don't have another mess like last year. It looks okay, so I think we'll be all right. But have to keep on it. They're heavy. Yeah, so far, new chopper's working excellent. I can't say enough about that Kemper head. That's just a wonderful thing. Especially when you get into where the planter overlapped in the center of the fields there. Normally, the other heads you'd be knocking some corn down and stuff, but yeah, that thing just eats it. I think it was a good investment so far. I did have to put an alternator on it this morning. $407. Crying all out. That's all that breaks down this year. I'll be tickled. So yeah, we're another half a load here to finish a bag off, and I'm gonna put a 300 foot. I'm gonna keep these in 8-foot bags, just in case I gotta blend this corn. I don't think I'll have to, but we had the 8-foot tunnel on for snaplage anyways, so figured I'd finish off the rest of the bag from the snaplage and throw a 300 footer on, and then we'll put the 9-foot back on for the rest of it. Another day. Had to get the hydro on here this morning. Granted, a lot nicer unloading with the hydro anyways. I just hate hooking and hooking the mixer all the time, but yeah, I was packing the 806 out of the shed, and the paw for the park ain't releasing all the way. It's dragging on the gears in there, so I'm gonna have to tear into that at some point. But yeah, when people ask why I got so many tractors, that's why. Between all of them, hopefully I can keep 2 or 3 running. Well, that was a close one. Yeah, bent the hell out of my handle here. And I boogered up my shield on the PTO, ripped the cable out. It unhooked the hitch, but it didn't roll away, thank God. Normally if there's a hole in there, I put a bolt through in case that ever happens. I've never had it happen since there used to be ropes on these things. I put cables on and I haven't had a problem since. But yeah, that cable caught that PTO shaft and away she went. Well, this wouldn't be right if we had a breakdown. We ended up, snap ring came off of the shaft here. We lost the slip clutch pieces. It fell off, I mean. Yeah, when I went to put things back together, see, you got all this slop in here. There's two, the needle bearing goes in this side, and on this side they're out. And these splines are kind of wore out on this shaft, so I got a nice 400 and some odd dollar shaft coming. 35 bucks a piece for the frickin' little needle bearings. And you know, of course it was a Saturday when it did it, and gotta wait till Monday to open it or order the parts, so it'll be Tuesday before we get going. So yeah, I could throw the head on the other chopper and keep going, but I got plenty of other stuff to do here. Start getting some rye in, and first thing I want to do is finish up the old Comfort King here. Had to order a gasket, got that, and a new O-ring for in there. So I'm gonna slide this pump back in here, hook her up, and I drained all the Hitran out and put some new Hitran in. There's a hydraulic filter up in there. We're gonna change that out, and hopefully we'll have some hydraulics. Alright, well, we're done with the 8-foot bag, or 8-foot tunnel I should say. So slather some oil on here, put the 9-foot back on because that will stay on, so just make life a little easier next time we gotta change it. Keep things from rusting out. Yeah, slap that thing back on here and go again. Pretty decent corn down here. Still plenty wet, the loads are heavy. Sure does eat corn, compared to the other one anyways. For my last pass. Hopefully we'll make her. That'll be the next thing. Hard to do with one hand. Noticed on this Kemper head when you're getting down to the end of the middle of a strip or whatever, seems like 3 rows is okay, but 1 or 2 rows that don't like to feed in, you gotta kind of go pretty fast and try to force that in. But take a little getting used to, but I sure like that Kemper head. That is a wonderful thing. It's a good feeling. So yeah, I guess we'll call this one good enough here. We've been done chopping for, I don't know, probably almost 10 days by now. Took a while to throw everything together, but yeah, it flew by real fast. That new chopper made a big difference. Big difference. So good job to have done. I'm gonna get the rest of the rye in and pit emptied and make some corn stalk bales. So see if I get a chance to video any of that and go from there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch everybody later.